Hi, 7th graders. This is Mrs. Arietta for your Day 9 video of the 10-day packet. So let's go over what you're supposed to do for today. So it's the independent reading, so read a book or article of your choice and complete the reading log. It wants you to read a story called Connected. Take notes and annotate as necessary. Complete the attached reflection questions for the reading. And then revise your thesis statement for that explanatory article you've been writing and compose your rough draft. It's a lot to tackle, so let's break it down, starting with independently reading the story Connected. Annotate the story with a highlighter, a pen, or pencil. This time you're looking specifically for important plot details or character traits, tone, and theme. So if you have not yet read the story, please pause this video and read it first. Moving on. You're going to be answering some questions about the story you just read, Connected. You should try to use ACE to answer these questions. For ACE, remember it stands for Answer, Cite, and Explain. Answer the question clearly and precisely, restating part of the question in your claim. Cite specific parts of the text, either directly, like quotes, or indirectly, using paraphrasing, and include the author's last name and a number. Explain how the quote proves your claim, elaborating on your point and tying everything together. A good response for these types of questions will use at least 3 sentences to get your point across. For your two questions that you need to answer about the story Connected, we've got sentence starters that will set you up for success for 3 sentences. For the A in the ACE, for your first question, you need to say, the 3 friends go to blank to find Joshua. Just tell me flat out, where did they go? For the C, citation, in the first question, you need to start with, in the story, their logic was, and you can either quote something that they said or thought or did, or you can kind of paraphrase something, but you need to include a citation showing their logic straight from the story. Lastly, you need to explain. They believed that Joshua would be what or where and why. So explain your reasoning, explain their reasoning. That's all for question number 1. There's your 3 sentences. For number 2, you're going to start your first sentence, your A, with, the friends look at Joshua's computer because why? Tell me flat out. Just tell me why. For the C part of your A's paragraph, your citation, you're going to say, in the story, they say. So they explained at some point why they needed to look at the computer. Put it in that quote or paraphrase what happened. The last sentence, the E in your ACE paragraph, the explanation should start with, they needed to look at the computer because. And so now you need to explain your own words why that reasoning was solid or what their reasoning was for looking at Joshua's computer. So pause this video if you have not answered those 2 questions. Otherwise, I am moving on. So you're working on an informative essay. The prompt states, your computer class is preparing for a technology fair at your school. The technology fair will focus on the impact of the information age. For your part in the fair, you need to help students, parents, and teachers understand digital footprints. Using more than one source, develop a thesis or controlling idea to explain the impact of digital footprints. Once you have a thesis or controlling idea, select the most relevant information from more than one source to support your thesis or controlling idea. Clearly organize your article and elaborate your ideas. Develop your ideas and use your own words, except when quoting directly from the sources. Be sure to reference the sources. So we need to make sure that you hit every part of that question. First, let's try and create an organizer using stars and bars. So you can write this on binder paper, or you can just do this digitally, or you can skip this step altogether. But this is a great way to organize your ideas before you go writing a full paragraph or a full essay. So on the top of your T chart, you should write your thesis statement. So this should be the final draft of your thesis statement. Hopefully you've revised it enough times. You're happy with what it looks like. So you're going to put that on the top. It is important for students to learn about digital footprints because, or whatever you've put as your thesis statement, that goes on the top of your T chart. The next thing you need to do is come up with 3 important facts about the digital footprints. And probably it's going to be in your thesis statement after the word because. Those are going to be the stars on the left side of your stars and bars chart. On the right side, this is where you're going to start putting the evidence that you found from the different articles and sources that you've read. This is where you put evidence, explanation, elaboration, and details. So give me just the bare bones minimum of what people need to know about digital footprints and what the sources are saying on the right side. No one of these bullet points should be more than like 5 words. It should really be the bare bones of what your essay will talk about. So if you're going to be doing an organizer, pause this video here, and we're going to move on to writing your rough draft. So let's start with the introduction. Write one sentence that pulls me in. This is going to be your hook. An essay about digital footprints might require statistics, quotes, questions, or surprising facts to get the audience's attention. Get creative, and if you need to, do a Google search to find other information that the sources might not have covered. The next step is the background information. Explain the situation and the question at hand. Define what is a digital footprint. After that, you throw in that thesis statement that you've already perfected. That goes at the end of your introductory paragraph. The next thing to do is to do your body paragraphs. You're going to do this process 2 or 3 times, depending on how many body paragraphs you're writing. The first sentence should be the star from your stars and bars chart. And this is the main topic or reason. It's going to be one clear fact about digital footprints and education about them. The next step is to put in some evidence. Throw in a quote or an example from the sources that supports this fact about digital footprints. Cite it and include the source number at the end of any reference to your readings. And you're going to put it just like it appears on the screen in parentheses. After any piece of evidence, you need to make sure you include one sentence that explains the evidence. Assume your audience does not see the connection between the quote you've chosen and that first topic sentence. Explain to the audience why your quote or example works and what it shows about digital footprints. We call this a bridge sometimes. So you're bridging your evidence and the topic. Then you do that process again. Pick a second piece of evidence and explain that evidence as well. So this should equal a total of 5 sentences at least. It can be more, obviously. I will never tell you to write less. So 5 sentences for your first paragraph. Then you're going to do it again for your second body paragraph, and then do it again if you're having a third body paragraph. The last thing you need to work on is a conclusion. So you need to take that original thesis statement and try to make it sound brand new. Restate it, rephrase it, mix it up, change the way it's worded. That's going to be the first sentence of any conclusion. Then you need to look back at all of your body paragraphs, and you're going to dedicate 1 sentence per body paragraph and just explain what you've gone over. Remember to not talk about your writing. You're not going to say, in my first paragraph, I talked about. No, don't do that. Just restate the point without referencing the essay and referencing yourself. 1 sentence per body paragraph, re-explaining everything you've already gone over. And lastly, leave the reader thinking. End with a quote or a question or a call to action and other comment which ends the essay strong. So I think this is all you need to do for today. So feel free to watch the last video if you're ready to do revisions on that essay. But other than that, that's all I have for you. So good luck, and I will see you later. Bye.